Welcome to Fraud Friday. My name is Bob Coleman. Today I want to talk about a Philadelphia real estate broker, Jonathan Barach, who's pled guilty to a $1.4 million loan fraud. What he did is he represented that he would raise funds to provide bridge loans to builders and contractors to allow them to purchase and flip distressed real estate properties, and then also to complete the renovations. However, when he solicited these funds from lenders, nothing existed. Now, the indictment and all the documents say they're lenders. I'm unclear if actual banks were ripped off, although I did check his bankruptcy filings, and there were a number of banks listed. I couldn't figure out if they were credit cards or not. But when we're talking about this fraud, he definitely ripped off investors. One gentleman out of Chicago lost about $250,000. He raised $3 million. The total loss was $1.4 million. Quote, none of the money raised was used for the stated purpose. He typically withdrew the funds in cash, made assorted personal expenditures, the typical jewelry, and also to casinos and sportsbook operations. One example of this fraud is an investor wired $50,000 to him, and within hours he transferred the funds to his personal account and then wired the full amount to the Tropicana casino, we assume for gambling, or maybe we'll leave it at that. Although Barach did pay back some of his earlier lenders with a portion of the funding secured from later lenders, i.e. a Ponzi scheme, over $1.4 million was lost. He was awarded Philadelphia's Best Realtor of the Year in Philadelphia's magazine Best of Philly back in 2011. His LinkedIn page is still up. I will read to you exactly what is on it. This is what he says in his words to describe himself. Such recognition and rank come by way of his pace-setting hard work, along with unflinching loyalty to the specific needs and wants of each client. Jonathan guarantees a self-imposed demand for clients' fulfillment and financial security, which he wins with integrity and distinctive charm. His words. An area native, Jonathan graduated from Penn State with a degree in labor and industrial relations and spent 11 years in contracts before coming into the Philadelphia real estate market. I don't know what contracts are, but again, these are his words. Being a Penn State grad and a Philly lifer make him match his client's new home or property with uncommon pleasure. He is responsible for high-end real estate sales and development and is intimate with every niche and neighborhood in Philadelphia. He has recently initiated a program that helps inform incoming graduate students about the cost, social attributes, and benefits of neighborhoods surrounding the campus. To expand, that's the end of his self-description of himself. What he did is he enlisted third-party finders. Individuals were paid a percentage of whatever funding they helped secure. He provided these intermediaries with promotional materials and false information about his business to share with their own networks. One of the materials was a PowerPoint presentation, Philadelphia Investment Opportunity, which promised a 16% annual return and claimed that Barach's entities had deployed loan funds into projects generating cash flow and new listings. The presentation described a business that fronted money for land, new construction, and rehabs, and generated sales from sheriff's deed acquisitions. None of this was true. I've always said one of the red flags of a fraud is when something is complex. Well, acquiring property through a sheriff deed acquisition is a complex scheme. It is not a traditional transaction. So right there, he's throwing a little gray area into what he's doing. When lenders began to demand repayment after those notes expired, Barach resorted to a series of false explanations. He told some investors that his business accounts had been frozen by the bank due to a dispute with his brokerage. Others were told the funds were tied up in arbitration, or that an Italian investor was preparing to buy out a group of lenders and was in process of liquidating properties. Later, he blamed the COVID-19 pandemic, claiming shutdowns had halted his ability to repay. On the few occasions he did send a check, many bounced for insufficient funds, compounding lender losses with bank fees. The feds confirmed that none of the lender's money was used for its stated purpose. His funds never funded real estate projects, issued bridge loans, or financed renovations. He is scheduled to be sentenced February 2, 2026. I'm Bob Coleman. This is Fraud Friday.